Hey guys, just Foolishville here. Game day, Michigan Notre Dame today, 7:30 tonight, so up early, and there's so much sports going on. I thought I'd better just do a little mini blog quick about a couple things that have happened the last couple days, as I'll probably would forget or not have time to get to them next week. Looking at it yesterday, Urban Meyer came up with another statement. I don't really know what the point of it was. Urban Meyer, I mean, think about it. Either people believe you and are in your corner, or they don't believe you and won't believe what you wrote. So, your little statement where you quoted the reports, all it did to me, in my opinion, was it just made it look even more worthless, this investigation, this group that went in and, investigated all this stuff. You quote their report and their wording of it is so poor. I don't see the point of it, Urban Meyer. Just leave it alone. You got suspended. If you don't think you should have been suspended, fine. You didn't have to keep writing something. You don't have to keep writing something. Leave it alone. Let the dog die. And just come back in 3 weeks. And then, you know what? You might have to answer a couple questions. But the media will move on because there's games you're talking about. So do yourself a favor. Stop writing little statements. It's not helping anything. Okay? Same thing with Zach Smith. It just doesn't look good. Just let it go. I know it might be hard to do if you think you're innocent, which is fine. Just let it go and move on. Now, looking at the college football, some things came out. Wilton Speight, he's going to be the quarterback at Cal. I was quite surprised to see that he was the pick there, and I hope he does well. Obviously, there's no reason why he shouldn't be doing well in that system. Hopefully, he can come out and do really well. I'm glad that he was able to get in there and get the starting job. So hopefully, he'll do well and can finish off his 5th year of school at Cal and do a really good job there. So good job for Wilton Speight to win the starting job. Me and my brother were talking a little bit too about the beginning of college football and wondering why Michigan bothers playing Notre Dame. I know I talked about this a couple weeks back. And well, if you think about it, you should just play cupcakes. One, you get a home game, right? You don't play home and home with cupcakes. Like Michigan will play at Notre Dame this year, then Notre Dame comes to Ann Arbor next year. You play cupcakes, you don't play home and homes. So you just give them a check. You sell out the whole stadium. Michigan sells out 108,000 tickets, whatever, something in that range. So you get all that revenue. You don't have to pay for the players to transport. You don't have to pay for the band to transport. And most likely, you're going to win the game handily, so you get your second and third stringers, your young guys, more experience. Why don't you do this? There's no reason to not play cupcakes your first 3 games of the year. The Big Ten East is loaded with talent. It's not like Michigan is an up-and-coming program, right, where they have to go out and prove that they can win, right? They got the name brand already. If Michigan goes off and somehow goes undefeated in the Big Ten and their non-conference, they're going to be in the college football playoff. People aren't going to be like, well, Michigan played Western Michigan, Central Michigan, and say Akron, something like that. They're not going to care. They're going to see it's Michigan. They're going to see they played in the Big Ten East. So why are we wasting our time playing stupid Notre Dame? I'm so sick of Notre Dame. I don't know if you saw this story, but Notre Dame hardly allowed the Michigan band even into their stadium. Normally, in years past, the band kind of plays close to the field, maybe wraps around the outside of the the football field, and they'll be close to the field. Not this year. Notre Dame has relegated the Michigan band to like the upper rows of like the outside of the stadium. Like, so you're not even going to probably be able to hear them at all. And I don't even know why the band even went. Right? They'll get to perform maybe at halftime, I think, but not pregame because there's not enough time. It's a 7:30 start. How can there not be enough time? Give me a break. Shenanigans on Notre Dame. So I'm expecting and hoping Michigan will follow suit next year. Put their band outside the stadium. Don't even let them be in the stadium. They can play the post game, right? That's where they can play. Let them play the post game next year. That'll be fine. So I hope we one-up them next year and don't even let them in. So, if you're waking up this morning, you might have seen too the scare of the night. Michigan State, what happened, Sparty? Michigan State had to survive against Utah State. I mean, I was watching bits of this game. Utah State looked good. I'm not going to deny it. But Sparty, where was that glorious defense? It's the first game. I know Mark D'Antonio will get things figured out, but it was kind of a little eye-opening that Michigan State struggled so much with Utah State. They were 34-point favorites, I think. They were big-time favorites, and they won by 7, right? Or 6, 38-31. They won by 7, I think. Whatever. It's early morning, sorry. But I did see that Utah State could not stop the option, and Lewerke got blown up on a couple option plays. So that's going to work for you, Michigan State, until you get to the Big Ten schedule. You don't believe me? Just think about Michigan and our history. When we had Denard Robinson, we did great. Like, you get 200 yards passing, 200 yards rushing, like in the first couple games, like against Notre Dame, right? Those great games. But you know what happened? He would have to play the Big Ten schedule, and he would get destroyed by the Big Ten linebackers and the Big Ten linemen. He would just get beat up, and by the end of the year, he could hardly do any of that. I'm just going to say, if Lewerke has to keep running the option, and he keeps getting blown up like he was after he pitches the ball, he's going to be injured this year. So Michigan State's got to find other ways to run the ball. Hey, quick little morning clip here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the games today. I know I'll be watching tonight with my brother. And if you like the video, thumbs up. If you have any comments, put them in the bottom below. Thanks, and as always, go